Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Yes, to the surprise of nobody, I've returned to Oblivion Remastered. Why are we doing that? It just got update 1.2. It adds some stability fixes, which we're going to be trying out. We're going to see what the performance is like, because that's what pushed me away big time. But also what we're going to be looking at are these new difficulty settings. Looks like Virtuous and Bethesda Game Studios have handled a lot of the core complaints of Oblivion Remastered. So now that it feels like it might be properly fixed, I wanted to dive in, give it a look, and see if I could fully submit myself to this game for like the millionth time. So let's check it out together, see what's going on in Oblivion Remastered. All right, now where was I last time I played this game? Let's see here. I was doing the Thieves Guild quest line. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, wait, I gotta go back to the Imperial City waterfront. Got it. Did it just crash? The music cut, and then it came back, and the loading symbols stuck. The music's gone again. Virtuous, Bethesda. Please, man. No, come on. It's still... Okay, the music came back. This is an emotional roller coaster. I only just started, man. Come on. Just load the Imperial City. It's going to be okay. Okay, look. It's working. Yes. I don't like that guessing game. That is very, very stressful. Okay. Armand, my friend. It is not time for you to be out here, right? You show up at midnight. Okay, let's wait 15 hours. There he is. Okay, Armand.
Hieronymus Lex actually collected taxes from everyone living here on the waterfront. Your job is to recover those taxes. Are you up for it?
I'm always up for it. Let's do it. Oh, man. You guys want me to go up here, but there's two gentlemen here. Oh, yeah. You two head out. That's actually perfect timing. Thanks. All right, let's go up here and see what we got cooking.
I think you should leave.
No, I don't know about that yet. Hang on. All right, what do we got cooking up here? We're looking for taxes. We got one more. Oh, no. There we go. Nope, I was too early on that one. All right. Am I getting old? Like, why am I not? There we go. No, I've done this for way too long in my life to fail this many times. This is an ego challenge now. Hold on. Yeah, I like Fallout's lockpicking minigame better anyway. Dude, I'm about to load an autosave. This is terrible. What if I auto attempt? Again? Okay, we're just wasting lockpicks now. Yes! Oh, it took me like 15, but holy shit. All right, where are your taxes at? Oh, this brother's asleep. Oh, maybe it's in his desk. Another lockpick. My arch enemy. No, not again, please. Got it. Okay. There's... Well, give me some money first, but there's my tax records. Okay. Let's go back to Armand. And I'm gonna really hope that we don't have any Imperial agents or soldiers waiting for... Hi. Yeah, just, don't mind me. Hi. Yep, we're going down here. World's best thief, might I add. Hi, am I still trespassing? If I am, I apologize. Okay. You know, personally, if I'm an Imperial soldier and I see someone crouch walking around like that, I'm going to do absolutely nothing about it. Okay. Let's boogie on over to Armand before it's daylight and he decides that he doesn't want to be outside anymore.
Oh, hey, sweet lady of Wayrest. Oh, hey, sweet lady of mine. I'll see you again. Yes, I'll see you again. Sweet lady of Wayrest. Oh,
I love this game, man. Just like pull up on this guy and he just starts singing. Here you go. The taxes. My favorite thing in the world.
I think it's time to promote you to footpad. Congratulations.
There we go.
Your new guild rank.
There we go. Yes. I'm feeling the hook. All right. So far, I'm looking at my recording time. 13 minutes in. Stable, looking solid. We'll go out into the open world in just a moment here. I just want to grab a quest, and then we'll really see just how far Virtuous has gone. We'll test the combat. We'll test the difficulty settings. We'll see what's going on over there. I can't get over how good this game looks. Crazy. They did such a good job, like cleaning up the outfits, especially. Like obviously facial animations leave a little bit to be desired, but like just the outfits look so good, so detailed. Like you can even see like the literal threads up the shoulder and on the buttons. Really good stuff here. Let's see what we got. Pleased to meet you, Sarah Dur.
You remind me of my homeland during a blight.
Oh, okay. Jeez. Whoa. I'm just here to help, pal.
These despicable beings, feeding on the innocent as if they were cattle. Well, this group was formed to combat them. Alas, we are but 3 old men, not able to match the fighting prowess of a vampire.
So you made an order. You made an order to fight vampires, but you're like, we're too old to fight vampires, actually. Like, we just kind of thought this was a sick idea. All right, well, let's talk about the vampire.
A few nights ago, I was roaming the city, as I often do, looking for any signs of a vampire.
As one does, you know, just looking for vampires.
Heard a cry. I rushed into the back garden to find Roland struggling with a woman he'd been courting. I tried to intervene, but he was too strong. I hid for a while and then returned to the garden. Roland was gone, and the woman was dead. She had 2 puncture marks on the nape of her neck.
All right, let's go look into Roland. I've arrived at Roland Jenseric's house. I should begin to search the place for any clues as to his whereabouts. Do you have lockpicks in here, bro? I can't do another chest. I can't. Like, I'm having a skill issue today. Come on. Oh, bro's got skooma? Yes, sir. We'll take that. This is stuff I can sell to the Thieves Guild. Don't mind if I do. Actually, I think I saw like a vintage bottle here. Yeah, that's mine too. That's mine as well. Oh, this might be what I'm looking for. A love letter. Yep, there we go. All right, perfect. This will actually lead us right outside of the city, and that'll give us a chance to try out combat, see the performance in the open world truly. Because I remember when I first played this game at launch, like interior spaces or confined spaces like the Imperial City, for me, ran a little bit better. Hey, hope you don't mind if I just, you know, wake you up out of this deep sleep here, Roland. Let's talk.
That bastard. Seridor dares accuse me of being a vampire? Me? Ha! He's the one who is the vampire.
Okay, tell me more. Oh, let's hear about it.
When she stopped in the garden and Seridor stepped out of the shadows, my heart sank.
I can tell your eyes are wide open, bro. This is a terrifying story for you. Oh, now he's squinting. Now he's squinting.
I burst from my hiding place and attacked Seridor.
Wow, Seridor just gave us like the reverse of the story. I feel like I gotta be open-minded here. I'm not gonna kill you. Come on.
Thank you.
Okay, let's head for the Great Forest here, because what I want to do is just see how from point A to point B this bad boy runs, because we did have some issues with that. There's a stutter, as I was saying. And we'll hit some new locations as we go along. Another stutter. Okay. Yeah, not crazy about that. What do we got here? Hello. Who are you? Okay, so one thing they added to this update 1.2 is the enemy and player combat damage. This is a great change. I suggested this exact thing in my videos about Oblivion Remastered, saying that they should just kind of take from Starfield and allow you to tweak what your enemy does versus what you do. And obviously, if they wanted to do like an XP penalty, they could. They also, as you can see here, added one between Adept and Expert. This is another thing I mentioned in my videos. I said that it just feels like the jump between Adept and Expert is way too big. And when people did the calculations for it, you know, like the amount of damage you did, I think it was like 3 to 1. Like, it just immediately dropped you off a cliff. So there's something in between here. So we're going to try Journeyman. We're going to see how that feels a bit. Alien Ruins. All right. Oh, that did like no damage. What is going on? This is Journeyman. You can immediately see the damage I was doing before versus what I'm doing now. Let's do steel or silver arrows. Let's see if that makes a difference. Oh, I missed completely. Whoa. Okay. Okay, they're not doing a ton of damage to me. I'm not doing a ton of damage to them. Wow, I'd never heard that one before. All right, let's see here. That does like no damage. Let's see what other. Yeah, really, this is like one of my best weapons. Wow. Okay, so let's try something here. Let's turn my combat damage to Adept and theirs to Journeyman and see what happens now. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a huge difference. Yeah, that's a really big difference. It kind of makes sense, you know, for the amount of armor they're wearing. This works for my brain. Let's see how much damage they do. Yeah, that's threatening enough. It's still a pretty crazy jump, though. We got to keep fighting and keep feeling this thing out. Let's see what we got going on the inside. Oh, that's our sneak attack damage. And the AI does find out where you are. Oh, boy. Got her. Oh, no, brother does not know where I'm at. Must have been the wind. He has no idea. He's like, who, where? Oh, he's like, yeah, I knew you were there. Oh, wait. Oh, boy, my aim's awful. Hold up. Got you. I just love that you can, like, remove light sources in this game. Like, you see, like, the blue there from the light, and then, boom, it's gone. I don't know. It's just, it's the little things, you know. Cuirass of Protection. That's worth a lot of money. Whoa. Okay. We will be taking that with us. You know what I always found hilarious about this is this sprinting animation up these hills. Like, your face is literally in the dirt, dude. Oh my god, that stutter. Yeah, so here's how I'm grading the performance. So far, no crashes. Last time I played this game, it crashed 3 times in an hour. So I'm nearing about like an hour played, and the game hasn't crashed, which is really nice. Of course, the stuttering is still there. It's still pretty frequent. That's a bit unfortunate. It is something I can live with, though, if it means that my game is more stable. But do I want these stutters to stop? Absolutely. Because, like, just taking in this game smoothly would be beautiful. Let's see if we, like, cap the frames. What happens? Let's cap it at 120. Let's turn on the FPS on the top right. And we're on Ultra, which should be fine. My PC is pretty strong. And I was using FSR. I remember using FSR because it seemed like DLSS was broken. So let's go for more performance-based scaling. Let's apply that and see what happens here. Well, now we're down to like 30. Look at that. Wow, that's a really big difference. Whoa. Let me put it back to FSR. FSR brings us back up to around the 60 or 70 mark. Wow, that's really... I mean, it's constantly fluctuating, but I mean, that... Wow, what a difference. Let's put it on Ultra Performance. See what happens. Now we're in like the 90s. It is like a little smudged looking, though. Let's put it on this quality. That puts us back down to the 30s. Okay. Got it. Yeah, 1 notch towards performance on FSR seems to be the key. We're sitting at a pretty steady 80 to 90, which I can get down with. It's interesting that the DLSS is wonky in this game because this was the case in a sense with Starfield. Starfield had no DLSS for a while because Bethesda teamed up with AMD for the launch of Starfield, and I'm starting to wonder, despite AMD's claims, if the money hatting is starting to have an impact on the frame generation or the performance improvement. I mean, here is where you're at your best. See, you can see the massive jump in FPS in the interiors, right? We're like in the 140s to 150s now. So yeah, I guess the change with AI that, as I was about to say something complimentary. Does his brother see me? Does not appear that is the case. Oh, nope. Now he knows I'm here. Nope, sneak attack damage. He had no idea. Oh, hello. He still can't see me? Man, my stealth must be really good. I take back everything I said about the AI improving. See, I had this debate on Retro Rebound. I played Skyrim after Oblivion, and I talked about the dungeon design in this game and how I feel like Skyrim's is a very natural evolution to what Oblivion was doing. Like, Oblivion sets up these kind of cathedrals, these sprawling dungeon spaces full of enemies for you to, like, shoot or fight with your sword. They set all of that up, and then it's kind of just like you're wandering. You're usually, at least in my experience as someone who's played this game like for thousands of hours, you're usually like a little bit lost as you're wandering through all of these dungeons, whereas like Skyrim sort of has a pretty simple point A to point B. I think this should work. Yeah, I was gonna say my weapon is enchanted. Yeah, but oh dear God, lucky me. Whoa, was not paying attention there. As I was saying, I find that Skyrim's dungeons are much better than Oblivion's, but what surprised me, and I will say, I'll call the audience out a touch, I think recency bias is a very real thing we're all subject to. A lot of people were like, no, Oblivion's dungeons are better. I'm like, I don't know about that. I love that Skyrim's always has a loop to it. Some people find that immersion breaking, like, oh, there's always a hidden door. But at a certain point, I do think my belief, at least I should say, is that player convenience takes priority. Like, your immersion is extremely important, but in Oblivion, they're going to have me, like, potentially run all the way back. You've seen how deep I've gone into this dungeon. They'll potentially have me run all the way back to get out of here. I don't think that's fun or good or serves the game in a positive way. But a lot of people do. It's interesting because I really thought it was one of those moments where I went, this isn't up for debate. It turns out it is up for debate, but I'm curious what y'all think, because I personally like the Skyrim dungeons a million times more. You know, Oblivion's really fun to play, so I don't care that much. But like Skyrim, like when you step in and there's a book on the floor and that leads to a story, or there's a character already in the dungeon and that leads to a story, and there's like a purpose around the dungeon outside of just like killing enemies. I feel like Skyrim does such a good job with that stuff that's why I enjoy replaying that game a little bit more than Oblivion. The remaster does bring this more in line with Skyrim. You know, so far so good. I gotta say, I like that I can make enemies more threatening while keeping my damage. You know, to me, the sponginess really ruined the difficulty scaling in this game and really any other Bethesda Game Studios game. Like, they seem to have figured out how to balance their games 20 plus years later now. But it works for me. Like, I do like that I can make enemies very threatening, very strong, while I myself can do damage like this, where I'm like kind of comfortable, like, oh, he's a threat. But if I like place my shots, or if I'm stealthy, like I didn't stealth him, so now he's aggroing me a little bit more, then I can kind of make the game a little bit more interesting to play. That customization is something I really appreciate, but also just, I think, adds to what this game had as a serious issue. And since it's tweakable consistently, as you get deeper in the game, I see this as a decent compromise for some of the level scaling issues that Oblivion always runs into, because they didn't change any of that with this remaster, of course. So I feel like just being able to shift how much damage you and your enemies do is a good start. I would have liked to still see some level scaling, tweaking a little bit more, going that extra mile. I think it would have sent a good message to the player base. But nonetheless, I do like how this feels right now. Damn, dude. What a great shot, just with the way the lighting's working there. Oh, well, I jinxed it. Little stutter to just balance things out. The universe is imbalanced, as all things should be. But we're about to reach our destination here. And overall, yeah, stuttering's still there. That's a bummer. I know they haven't hard targeted it with these last two updates, but I was hoping there would be some minor improvements, but it's pretty much identical to where I left it, which I find to be a bit unacceptable. The good news, though, at least in my experience, no crashing. This was something that, as I mentioned, I struggled a lot with, and in my final verdict video, I said I dropped the game over it. Like, that's pretty rare for me to do, especially for a game I love so much. May have been a little bit of an easier drop, all things considered, because I have replayed this game so many times that I don't really need to play it all the way through again. But nonetheless, I'm glad that it's a little bit more stable now. The difficulty changes are good. I like them a lot. That was a good compromise, and I think Starfield, for all people think it got wrong, did figure something out with its gameplay options. And I hope that becomes the standard for whether it be the Fallout 3 remaster or what Elder Scrolls 6 does. I think it's a good way to allow you to customize your experience and kind of make it the experience you want to be, which feeds into what Bethesda wants to do. I just hope they don't rely on it like too much, because that's when it starts to become a bit of a problem. It's like, well, we left this up to you. It's like you leave too much up to the player. In my opinion, it becomes a design problem, because then the game is too customizable and it's sort of like the goal of the intended experience loses itself. So I think as a solution, it works very well. And I think for damage balancing, it also works really well. I hope they do keep that in future games. But overall, like the update, I'll keep chipping through Oblivion Remaster now that I'm finding it to be more stable. Hoping, though, that the frame dips become a thing of the past. So we'll see if they can find an answer to that in future updates. As well as, like, I'm just curious what they're going to do with the game content-wise. Are they going to add creations to the game? Are they going to add things like new DLC? Like, that's a big point of speculation for us as a community. Like, you got all this here. Like, are you going to add new story DLC or something like that? That'd be cool to see. Time will tell, though. But ladies and gentlemen, just wanted to check out the Oblivion update alongside all of you. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here and you're into what's going on with Bethesda and everything else, consider subscribing. But Other than that, I'll catch you in the next video. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.